What's up, y'all? It's Tisha the Diva, and this is for my ladies. This is my podcast where amazing things happen and we get to talk, discuss, and celebrate real women of color. This is for my ladies is just for you. This podcast is a place where I get to highlight not only my life dreams and goals, but yours too. I believe I was called to create a platform for myself to express not only my thoughts, but those of other women that's unfiltered and untamed. I plan to talk and discuss topics that interest me and other women. I want my audience to be engaged and aware. So any topics, email them to me at tishadediva@gmail.com. Alrighty, y'all. So what's up? This is Tisha the Diva. You already know what time it is. This is for my ladies. I am back. Season 4. Episode what? 59, 58, 59. I don't know. But listen, let me tell you, we are there. We are here. So first of all, make sure you all follow. This is for my ladies streaming on 11 live podcast platforms, okay? Wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, make sure you search This is for my ladies with Tisha the Diva, and there I shall be, okay? So with that being said, you all, make sure you all share, like, subscribe, rate, leave a review. Just do all that amazing stuff, okay? Let people know that This is for my ladies is out here, that there is a podcast that you can come to, that you can listen to, that you can get a couple of laughs, you can get inspired by, you can get motivated by, and you can take some action, because that's all it's about. Because everybody know that the power and the key to success is action, all right? And I want y'all to understand, to overstand it, all right? The power to having success and the key to having success is taking action. So with that being said, with me taking action over the weekend, I went to New York, okay? So I've been talking about it for like a couple of weeks now. I took a trip up to New York, Brooklyn, New York, to go to a real estate investing seminar with Mark Whiten. Now, if you have heard of Mark Whiten, I know the first time for me and me hearing of Mark Whiten, I was I was doing my deep dive, my deep search for real estate. I have been wanting to get into real estate investing for some time now. And if you've already listened to my previous podcast, if you already heard, real estate is not something that I have just kind of like stumbled into and all that stuff. It's something that I have been wanting to get into for a while. I have been wanting to get into it since like the summer after graduating from high school, taking like my first semester in college and all that stuff or whatever. And I had wanted to take some real estate classes or whatever, but never got around to doing it. And like I said, had I started when I was about 18, and I'm 30 now, and people still do not believe me when I tell them that I, Letitia Latham, Tisha the Diva, the host of This is for My Ladies podcast, is 30. And that's why season 3 was called Talk 30 to Me, okay? But anyway, so if I would have gotten started when I was 18 and I'm 30 now, when I tell you I would have been a beast, okay? I would have been a monster. Okay, first of all, I already got the gift of gab. Come on now, y'all already feel me. I got the gift of gab. I am just that person that any room I walk into, I am just that light. I am shining. I am radiating. People just want to be near me. People want to know who I am, and it doesn't matter what room I'm in. It can be anybody. People already know what time it is when they see me, when they walk. They feel this energy, okay? But anyway, so with that being said, over the weekend, I went to a real estate investing seminar. Now, pause. So let me tell you. So everybody knows that I am a spiritual woman. I am definitely into astrology. I like to search everything. I like to research everything. That's just like I was today. I was telling my mom I am a life path number 5. And a life path number 5, like anybody. So okay, listen. How you locate your life path number is when you write your birthday down. My birthday is July 16th, 1989. It is 07/16/1989. So when you write those numbers out and you add them up or whatever, so you add, you know, 7 plus 1 plus 6 plus 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 9, and you break it all the way down until you get a single digit, or if you get a double number like 11 or 22 or 33, those are master numbers. But when you it's usually between 1 and 9. I believe, yeah, 1 and 9, or double digits. So once you break my birthday down, you get life path number 5. I share the same life path number with Beyonce, okay? And I also share her Leo Venus. So, me and Beyonce, we love the same. That's why when you get those songs like Ring the Alarm and Love Drow and all that stuff or whatever, or when she, give Jay-Z those extravagant gifts. When I get there, when I get that money and all that stuff, but that's just how, anyway, back on track. So, life path number 5s, we like freedom, we like travel, we like to live, we like culture, we like arts, we like to feel free, we like to learn every single thing that there is. We don't like to limit ourselves. So me being 30 and being a server and having a podcast and doing real estate and being a community advocate and me dancing and just, me being here, there, everywhere, Dr. Seuss and all that stuff or whatever. It's in my path. It's in my life path. It is what fulfills me. It is what allows me to thrive. I don't like to limit myself to just one thing. And that is no shade to anybody who takes the time to master just one thing. That is absolutely fine. If that's where you are and you are there to just master that one thing, do that, because we need you. We need for you to master that, because once you master that, because once, a master is the teacher and the teacher is always the student. So that gives you time to teach others and to still continue to learn. Okay. But as for me and my house, I like to dibble and dabble in a little everything, and I like to know everything, and I like to feel things, and I like to be there, and I like to be here, and oh, I'm over here and I'm over there, and that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely okay, because again, me being the way I am have gotten me into some amazing places, and that's why I always say it with me, always in the right place at the right time. I'm going to say that one more time and say it with me. 1, 2, 3. Always in the right place at the right time. Because with being always in the right place at the right time, it just allows me to just kind of figure out things, to know things and all that stuff or whatever. So I go to this real estate investing seminar that I had kind of been just stumbled upon as far as Mark Whiten. So as I tell everybody, I fell Alice in Wonderland, fell down a YouTube rabbit hole, amongst other things that I will be definitely doing this year or whatever. But because that's always been a passion of mine, it's just that now I am acting on it. I am taking action. So if things just start to seem like, oh, it's coming out of nowhere, this stuff never came out of nowhere. I'm just now acting on it. And if it feels like it's all just coming and piling up on you, then so be it. These are things that I've always wanted to do, and how it comes out and however I present it, okay. If you get it, you get it, and if you don't, you don't. If it's too much for you, then that's absolutely fine. Say it's too much and keep it moving. But anyway, So, um, real estate, looking at YouTube, just looking at, a lot of people when they want to learn something, they look at YouTube because YouTube has everything. It has the makeup, it has um, everything. If you want to learn Microsoft Excel, if you want to learn Microsoft anything or whatever it is that you want to learn, I've had so many people, and shout out to my guy, Trotter Galore, like Trotter the Goat. That's his Instagram name, but his brand is Trotter Galore. Trotter, that's TROTTER. TROTTER. When I tell you, like, I on some real shit, just the person that he is, like, I love this man. I love his work ethic. I love what he is doing. Hey, like self-taught, self-made, and he gets busy. Oh my God. He gets busy on the sewing machine. And, he recommends books that you can read just for that motivation, that NPR, that just, and if you don't know what NPR is, you look it up, okay? Because I can't even tell you what it is right now. But anyway, but I know what it is. But basically, it's pretty much just like it's training of the mind. It's like the neuro whatever, and it's the training of the mind. So it's just like when you see something, when it's somebody that's doing something that you want to do, or or somebody is at a place where you are, you basically model what it is that they've done, not bite, not, copy. You model their behavior, like the whole saying, air quote, model behavior. You model their behavior. You find out what it is that they do, and you basically create it and turn it into your own, and you follow the steps, you follow what it is that they did, and you learn from your own mistakes, because they've already made the mistakes, they've already done it. And then that's just kind of like what this seminar is that I went to, or whatever. This person has learned and mastered, became a master of what it is that they do. But we all know that, come on now, we live in an era, we live in an age where when people learn and master things, of course they want to sell it, they want to market it. And they give you a little bit, they give you just a little to reel you in, and you come, and they give you a little bit more, but then they reel you in a little bit more. But here's the thing or whatever. And I get that. And people, they are free to do that. And the people that bite, because I bit the bait, I got the bait because I ended up in New York. I ended up the real estate investing seminar. But at the end of the day, I got what I needed to get started. Now, do I feel like I got exactly what I needed to execute it? No, I do not believe I got what I needed to execute. But that's okay, because long as I got what I needed to start, that's all I need, because I just need to get started, and I started yesterday. So there's this term that real estate agents and real estate investors use called driving for dollars. So, I went out there and I started driving for dollars. I saw properties that looked to be distressed. I saw properties that looked to be vacant. And I started writing the addresses down. If there was any properties for sale, I started writing those numbers down and all that stuff, so I can get in contact with the sellers, with the owners of the homes and all that stuff or whatever, and just utilizing the tools that they told us about and all that stuff or whatever. My goal by the end of this week is to make sure that I send out some postcards to these owners of these properties and find out what it is that they want to do with them. So anyway, driving for dollars. And I found some properties that I would like to definitely invest in and I'm excited about it, but I had to take some action. So me driving around, and I literally went maybe about, I think I went a total of maybe 10 blocks in where I live. And that's just in one direction. So like I think I would, if I look at it maybe like northeast or northwest or whatever, but I went 10 blocks and all that stuff or whatever. And I was headed to the beach today. So I went to the beach today, and on my way to the beach, I came across the we buy houses and all that stuff signs or whatever, and I came across it 2 times. Those are called bandit signs, bandit, bandit signs. So I called the number. They didn't answer on the first call, but they called me back while I was at the beach. So I'm talking and all that stuff or whatever, and I'm just telling him a little bit about myself and all the yada yada and all this stuff or whatever. And this man legit said, he said, "You talk like you've been doing this for over 20 years. Come on now. That's the gift of gab. Come on, like that's just me being comfortable with myself. That's just me being, talking. I mean, I guess talking that game and all that stuff or whatever. And it's just me calling him, literally trying to get knowledge and building my list, building my buyers, building my investors, building my cash buyers. By doing this, it's just me building rapport, me building those relationships. And I have no issues with building relationships. So when I woke up this morning, I started, utilizing those hashtags, like searching those hashtags, like anything that people would be looking under, anything that anybody would be interested in. I started looking under those hashtags, and I created this generated message. Hi, so and so. My name is Letitia. I am currently in the Hampton Roads area, and I am new to, I'm just now getting into real estate investing. And I came across your page, yada, yada, yada. I went to a seminar over the weekend, and while I was taught, how to get started, I wasn't, I was not taught how to execute. And that's where you come in. And, you being a just, again, like stroking their ego and all that stuff, but also letting them know that, this is something that I want to do. And you know a little bit more than I do. And I want to get the knowledge. I want to partner with somebody that knows, because I'm willing to do the work. While again, like I talked to y'all like a couple podcasts previously, building, trading. I don't mind trading with you what I learned if you trade with me what you know. And together we can create something. So I'm just like, okay, so, and we can split the profit or whatever deal. I don't mind. I don't mind splitting whatever it is, because you scratched my back, I scratched your back. Let's do it. It's money out here for all of us. So let's get it. So anyway, when I was, in my car, before I went to the beach, before I seen the sign, I was legit sitting in my car because I had just like dropped my mom off. She and I had went out to eat. So at my job, I had brought this not brought, but I ended up winning this gift certificate for a Mexican restaurant. And it was like if you had like the most alcohol sales or whatever. And when I tell you, baby, in any competition, I'm ready. I am ready. I I don't like to say that I'm a competitive person, but when it is time to compete, it's just like I am no match for no one. I am no match. Like, come on. Anyway, so, but when there is like a little fire, when I do feel like I have to compete, oh, it's a wrap for you. It's a wrap. Like, by any means necessary. And I know any means necessary by no shady stuff. But when I tell you I'm pulling out all the stops, all the tricks, everything that I've been saving up, everything that I practice, because I talk to myself in my free time. I talk to myself. I'm pulling out everything. I'm always talking to myself and how, like, testing this out and practicing this and practicing that and all of that stuff. That's why when I get in front of people, when it comes out, it just flows. It's just natural. And some stuff I do give you on the spot, okay? Like, this podcast is brought to you on the spot. And get it. Get everything that I'm saying, because what I'm telling you is the truth and it's real. And even if you don't, I'm giving it to myself, because let me tell you, I play my podcast like my mind be going bad, all right? I'm trying to tell you, because it, although I am dropping jewels for this is for my ladies, the lady is within me. And I'm probably the one that have to go back and just listen to it and get it and be like, damn. And that's all good. But anyway, with that being said, so I legit met some amazing people when I was when I was up in New York. Shout out to Fabian. I love her. Like, she was just so sweet. And I probably was just doing the most, because y'all know how I am. Though y'all who know me, like, and she was just so sweet, but she was the only child. And like, those who are the only child and all that stuff, they just have these certain mannerisms and, these reserved mannerisms, like they are the only child. But it was great meeting you, Fabian. I met Miss Cheryl. I met Miss Allison. I met Felicia. Felicia is from New Jersey, but she is a graduate of Norfolk State University in Norfolk, Virginia, my alma mater. So shout out to Miss Felicia in New Jersey. I met a Tom. Tom was the guy that I first met when I had went to the real estate, the guy that I had sat beside. So shout out to Tom up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Shout out to the guys from LA that we met. Shout out to New York. Can I just tell you that I love New York? I love New York, and whoever got the trademark on I love New York, like, kudos. Snap, snap, snap. Kudos to you, because y'all knew what the fuck y'all was talking about. When I tell you I love New York and I appreciate New York just for everything that it is, and just literally, like, I like my uncle and I really believe that, like, Norfolk is the melting pot for everything, but New York is everything to everything. And just shout out to those people who are from New York, who literally, because New York legit literally paves the way for a lot of these cities, especially big cities that are able to thrive. They wouldn't be able to thrive if they didn't have the model or the NPR that Tony Robbins talk about, if it wasn't for New York. So shout out to New York. But they are so supportive. Is nothing, and it just literally makes me compare apples to oranges. And wow, New York reminds me of Norfolk, Virginia. It is nothing like Norfolk, Virginia, because the support there is immaculate. It really is. And while I was being so modest, when I tell you I was being extremely modest about so I stayed in New Jersey. And here we go. So back to the whole astrology thing. We're in Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde said for Cancer to double check your travel arrangements. Now, mind you, I had already been planning to go to New York. I booked my seminar on January 1st or January 2nd at the top of the year. 2020, I have the 2020 vision. This is what I'm doing. This is what's going down. I'm getting into the real estate in 2020, and it's about to be a wrap. This is my vehicle because y'all know last week I talked about your vehicle to your destination. Real estate is going to be my vehicle. Podcasting is going to be my vehicle. But what do I need to fund this? And what's going to fund it is real estate. So here we go. So, oh, weak because I lost my train of thought. Man, that's what happens. But anyway, so I'm talking about real estate being my vehicle and all that stuff. See, I had y'all. Damn, and I lost my goddamn self. So, okay, staying in New Jersey, and I had looked up the trip, like how long it was gonna be from New Jersey to my hotel, and it said 21 minutes. I'm like, okay, 21 minutes, boom, bam, I'm good. I had all intentions of paying $50 a day for parking. But I was just like, oh, you know what? If I can save money, I do know that there is a train that goes from New Jersey. I can just catch the train. I could go to the hotel and I could save, $100 and all that stuff. But I caught the train and I was doing so good. I'm like, yeah, I'm in New Jersey. I'm about to catch the train and all that stuff. But I should have had already known when a person is kind of uncertain and I'm at the bar in New Jersey at my hotel and I'm talking to the bartender and he kind of barely knows. I kind of knew something was wrong. I kind of knew that something was wrong because I like to talk. That tells me that you're not a native. That tells me you're not a native and you don't go anywhere. And I don't like to listen to people or even get advice from people who don't know where they're going. If you don't know where you're going, you can't help me. If you're uncertain and if you're not sure, you can't help me. And he barely could help me. So I looked it up online and they was just like, it'll be a 42-minute drive from where I was at. Now, mind you, it's only 21 minutes. But I'm like, okay, I'll give myself enough time. I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. I'm going to get, make sure I get my breakfast, make sure I do my thing in the morning just to get my mind right and all that stuff or whatever. And if you know what it is, that's fine. But if you don't know what it is, then keep it moving. So anyway, I'm going to get my mind right. I'm going to catch the train. I'm going to go to Brooklyn. I'm going to go to class. And it's going to be good. And I'm going to learn my thing. I'm going to do my thing. Wrong. I catch the train. It's going great. The train is not going to where I needed to go. So, okay, I get off Columbus. It says catch the A or C train. The A or C train. So I'm just like, oh my God, what in the world? Okay, the first train that comes is the A train. So I get on. No, it was the C train. That was the first one that comes. So I get on the C train because the direction says get on the A or C train. So I get on the C train, get on the C train or whatever, and it's just kind of taking me out of my out of my destination. However, it said that some of the exits were closed. So I'm like, okay, it may have to take me out of my way to get me to where I need to go. But I'm just like, I don't know. Let me get off. So I got off and I get on the A train, but the A train still says downtown Brooklyn where I need to go. So I get on the A train and all that stuff or whatever. But because while on the C train, some of the stops, it wasn't the stops that I needed to go. So I'm like, I must be on the wrong train. Let me get off. So I hop on the A train, get on the A train or whatever. The A train, old as fuck. It ain't all nice and new like the other ones and all of that stuff or whatever. So I'm just like, fuck, am I going the right way? So I see it. I'm like, it looked like it's about to go downtown because this one specifically say downtown Brooklyn. Okay, cool. So I hop on it. I'm on it and I'm riding all that stuff or whatever. I got an old phone, old iPhone. My phone that don't be holding a good charge and all of that stuff. So I'm finally get some signal. The signal comes back because we're underground, and I'm legit way away from where I need to go. I said, "Oh no, let me get the fuck off. I'm not playing no fucking games. I'm not going any further. I'm not going any further because I am off my path. I'm off, like, this is not right." So I hop off and I was like, fuck this. Let me catch a lift because I need to get to where I need to go and I need to be there by 9 o'clock because registration, and it's already, registration was from 7 to 8:50. I am is 8:37 now and I need to get to where I need to go. So I catch a lift, and a lift is literally $41. Mind you, I had already looked up and said that it would be $50 a day, but I'm about to legit spend $41 on a lift. So now I'm just thinking, if I'm already about to spend $41 on a lift to get where I need to go, I had already knew I was not catching the train back to Jersey because I'm lost already. I can't even get it to where I needed to go. I know I'm not going to rely on it to get me back to New Jersey where my hotel is. So I'm like, damn, fuck, I'm about to spend fucking $80 and fucking Lyft and Ubers. Fuck it. I got the money. I planned for it. So it is what it is. When I planned for this trip, I planned to make sure that if any discrepancies happen, I would have the money. I don't want to be out here stuck, but I also knew that I kept some money home in Virginia. So if I needed somebody to go home and grab some cash and put it in my bank account, I would be good. But I didn't want to have to put nobody in that situation. So I just made sure that I made sure I had enough anyway. But yeah, so, okay, get to where I needed to go. I'm in a lift. I'm sharing a lift and all of that stuff or whatever. They have, so with Lyft or Uber too, they have this place where you can save and walk, where you can walk to where they want you to go at. Then they got a little ride shareable, and then they got if you just go by yourself. So of course the one where you walk to is a little bit cheaper, but it could be up to 8 minutes. Don't know where I'm at. Don't got time. No. But I don't mind sharing one with nobody and saving like a couple of dollars or whatever. But wherever they got to drop them off at is on your route. So if you don't mind sharing it with one, which I never mind because I usually do talk to the person that I am sharing the Uber ride with that I know they probably don't want to talk. I don't care. I'm going to talk to you. But this guy was younger. He looked, that's expected in New York. They could be about 13, 14, 15, 16, traveling and all of that stuff. So I wasn't trying to engage too much because I'm like, okay, this is a child and all of that stuff or whatever. And I want them to make sure that they feel kind of comfortable and safe and all that stuff. And I don't want to be just that person because I can kind of be a little too much. But anyway, so let me wrap this up because this fucking podcast is getting lengthy, and I definitely got to go to dance class because I would keep it going. But anyway, so ended up getting to, I called the host. So the contact information that was on the seminar, I tried calling, and it was dialing with the voicemail. But I knew that like I really didn't have like a legit contact person for it, so I called the hotel. And I spoke to the front desk person. And I'm just like, hi, there is a seminar that's happening in your hotel. I am running a little bit late. If there's any way that you could let them know. She was like, oh, no, I can't do that. But she says that in her little hard New York accent. So, of course, I get offended. I'm like, well, you just should have said that from the beginning, which she did say from the beginning. But you could have said that before I got out what I was trying to get out. Like, you could have stopped me and just be like, ma'am, I'm sorry, but, I am only obligated to attend the front desk. I know that you want me to, but I'm sorry. If there's anything that I can do, if I come across anybody that is with that, I can let them know something. But they don't know courtesy. So I'm not speaking for all New York people, but sometimes you just gotta be quick and understand courtesy and come off the top of whatever. But that's just what I would have done, even though I probably didn't want to do it and wasn't gonna do it. I would have gave you a little something, something to tell you why I can't. But anyway, so I was like, all right, cool. Oh my God. Finally get to the place. It's 9:02. I'm like, oh my God, I'm late. They probably didn't start it. They gonna be yada yada yada. Oh, what? That line was out the fucking door. That line, I can only imagine what time they started lining up. It was over like 1,000 people there. I underestimated the city that I was in and who the fuck was coming out. This is New York now. This is people that if something, Eric Garner, come on, if something's going on, if they're going to protest or stand up for anything or believe anything or come together and rally up, these motherfuckers are coming out. Sorry. Sorry, New Yorkers, for underestimating who the fuck you guys are and not thinking that you all were going to show up. Because I just knew that seminar was going to be about 50, 100 people. It was 7 times, and 8 times to win 100 grand, and 1 time to win 50,000, 50K. I already knew I had that 50K in the bag. I had did my affirmations and all that stuff, but I ain't do them big and large enough because I was not expecting to go up against like 1,000 something people. I didn't. I didn't at all. But congratulations to the winners. And that's one thing that I can show. New York showed love. Like they weren't salty or hating that somebody won. They were actually happy. They were actually excited and all that stuff. And because they were excited, it made me excited. It made me feel less salty that I didn't fucking win. But I felt pissed about that 50K. I was like, I'm out of here. I ain't got time. I ain't win. I ain't staying around for nothing. I'm out. But anyway, great trip. Thank you. Shout out to my brother Lon for driving up there with me and driving with me back. Like, you don't understand. Like, that's just something that I remember forever. Like, you just willing, like, although you did your own thing when you was up there, but you driving me up with me up there and you driving me back. That's stuff that I remember for the rest of my life. When I pop off with this whole real estate stuff, I'll be like, man, you remember when you drove up there with me and I'm going to remember that for the rest of my life. So anyway, thank you, Lon. I appreciate it because I could have, I would have thugged it out and went by myself, but I had my brother with me. And anytime you feel like if anybody got any siblings or got a brother, whether it's your baby brother or older brother, you always feel like you good. So thank you. Thank you. I love you and I appreciate you for that. And moving on. But anyway, it was good. It was good. I went I felt like I learned what I needed to learn to get started. But as far as the execution part, that's just something that I would have to build up to, that I would have to learn and master, but I'm ready. So I'm in my car. I took my mom every Tuesday. I take my mom to her doctor's appointment. Everybody know that my mom lost her vision. She's doing better. In her right eye, her vision is completely gone. Completely gone. Like my mom has no vision in her right eye. But in her left eye, she's doing pretty good. Like it's like with anybody that need glasses that can't make out what's going on. But when you put your glasses on, you can see. But she and I had went to lunch today, and I was just sharing with her what I had learned and all of that stuff, and how yesterday I went out driving for dollars, and this morning how I was calling up real estate reaching out to real estate agents to get in contact with investors and all of that stuff or whatever. Um, so yeah, um, I legit was in my car after I dropped my mom off, and I was just feeling like, woo, I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed because I had a lot on my mind, but it was nothing in a negative way. It was nothing in a bad way. I just had a lot on my mind. And, I was just like, the thought that came to my mind was guiding you. What is guiding you? Like, we are on this path, and is it your family that's guiding you? Is it your children that's guiding you? Like, because we have to get focused about why we're doing this. Yeah, your vehicle to your destination, but what's guiding you? Who's guiding you? And I had to understand, like, what is guiding me. And of course, the Most High is guiding me, because anytime I get into something where I just know that it's going to be successful, I just ask God, just please lead me. Take me where you need me to go. Put me in the right places. Allow the signs and all that stuff or whatever. And it does. The synchronicity, and the times, the 555s, and the numbers, and the all that stuff, and the angel numbers and all of that stuff, and it it aligns. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna quit. It's just like school. When we go to school and we pay this money, I'm never going to feel like I was cheated, or, somebody took something from me. Because even with school, we pay all this money for this tuition, for this education. But after you get the education, what are you going to do with it? How are you going to apply yourself? And we got these debts and loans paid off, versus when you do take seminars, you do pay your money up front and you get what you need. And if they want more, okay, they want more. But as long as you got something, because if you got something, if you got that little itty bitty piece, and me just listening to other people, they said build rapport, build relationships, and all of that stuff. All right, I'm brand new at this. Let me get under people. Let me connect with people that I already know, that's already doing this, and let me pick their brain a little bit. And if it's for me, it's for me. And if it ain't, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm not gonna not allow this to be for me, because this, come on now, this real estate, any person can do it. It's so easy, a caveman could do it. And if people out here finding deals, then I want to find them too. If people becoming millionaires and billionaires from real estate, I want to become a millionaire, billionaire too. I do. Period. And I know that this is going to fund me to do everything that I want to do. So I get out my car and I'm walking into my house or whatever, and I see shit from my neighbor's dog. And I'm just like, all right, I'm a real life have to have a talk with her, because the same courtesy that I gave you, because when you moved in here, I had already been parking in this space for years. But I gave you the courtesy because you got your 3 kids. You can have this parking space and I'll park over here. But then you got your peoples coming. I can't even get in. I can't even slide out. Just the courtesy. Courtesy. But you don't even show that courtesy, because you even let your fucking dog just shit in the fucking yard. And I don't, because the sidewalk and the level is wet and all of that stuff. And I walk through the grass. And this is right where I walk at, and your dog shits there and all of that stuff or whatever. Like, there has to be some sort of courtesy, because I showed you courtesy when you moved in, and I was just like, hey, is it more? I can't even remember what I had even said, but you know, I was just like, is it more, is it better for you to park your car? But I had used some bomb ass word. I can't even think of whatever the fuck it is. But for you to park here, I know you have your 3 kids and all of that stuff or whatever. But again, I've been living here for a minute and this is where I park or whatever. And she was just like, yeah, it is easy for me to get in with my kids. Okay, you don't never have to worry about me parking right there, long as you live here, because it's convenient, more convenient for you and your family. Give me the same respect and the same courtesy of when you moved in and I let you park in my fucking space. I don't give a fuck. My name ain't on that bitch of that. But I gave you the courtesy of where I've been parking for years. Come on now. So anyway, so yeah, I get in my room and y'all already know I have been saying that I have been intentionally creating my room to be my space where I can think, where I can thrive, where I can comfortably be and not feel drowned and chaotic and burdened because, okay, I got to clean my room or it's not how I want it to look or and all that stuff. Because we know that we spend a lot of time in our bedrooms. And if our bedrooms is not a reflection of our thoughts, they can become out of control. Out of control. And y'all know I brought a plant for my room. Shout out RIP to Alpha. And I gotta get a new plant, but maybe that plant just won't for me and all of that stuff or whatever. But like I had to just little piece by piece, I had just been setting my room up like intentionally, like everywhere that I looked, and my mind was just so, oh my God, like it had, when God shows me things, when he gives me that clear message, that clear vision, it's just like I just start crying. I literally just started crying because I'm like, yes, this is what I've been needing. This is what I want. This is what I'm gonna do. Everything just started clicking. Everything just started clicking, and I'm just like, and not crying, like sobbing, like trying to keep it in. I'm just like, bitch, bitch, like, and I don't know, y'all. That's just what I say. That's just what I say. And I'm looking at every angle. It's like everything that my eyes set gaze on in my room. I was just like, bitch. Like I'm getting closer to it, bitch. Like I'm just getting closer to it, closer to it, closer to it. I mean, just the sayings on my wall, just the love thing that I brought from Dollar Tree that I put in my window, just the candle from Gregory Bateman Jr., the guy who I petitioned and went to bat for to get the traffic light up, and my calendar and just my wall notes. It's just like just everything, everywhere that I set my eyes on was just confirmation. I even put crowns. So my ex-boyfriend had brought these crowns for like a music video. Like he wants to be a rapper. But anyway, he brought these crowns or something. They supposed to have been props, but they didn't work out or whatever. And he gave them to me. So I just kind of placed them, in sporadic places in my room. And I would see the crown and I would just see the little Dollar Tree little post thing from Confucius, like that says go confidently in the direction of your dreams. And then I see my vision board, and then I see, just everything, and I'm just like, bitch, yes, yes. And I'm literally legit, I'm sobbing. But I got my fist over my mouth and I'm just like, yeah. And then my uncle, he like, hey, Tisha. And anybody that knows one of my uncle is a twin, and he's an adult, and he's a disabled adult, but he's a very functioning adult. And I love my uncle. I give my uncle anything. And I look at my uncle and I told him today, like I look up to you as a father. You look out for me and I love you so much. And I tell my uncle I love him every day, but I was just like, I love you so much. You don't understand, like. And I was hugging him and I was crying, and he was hugging me back. But when I just started sobbing, it's just like he felt me and he just embraced me and was just like, I love you too, and I love my Uncle Dion. Shout out to my Uncle Dion. I love you so much. And I just needed that. And I got in my car and like I left out the house, and it brought me back to that shit. It brought me back to that shit from my neighbor. And then I just hopped in my car. Outkast, Sorry Miss Jackson was playing. I thought about when I met Andre 3000 in DC. I put my shades on. I went to the beach. And now I'm here. After I left the beach, now I'm here. I'm recording my podcast, giving you all, a piece of me, a part of me, and just sharing with y'all, my thoughts and my feelings, and just wanting to motivate you and uplift y'all. And yeah. So thank you for everybody that listens to my podcast, that support my podcast, that believe in me and everything. I thank you. And y'all already know what time it is. It's Tisha Tuesday. I don't record my podcast on a Tuesday. So make sure you all catch me tonight at 176 South Rosemont Road, Virginia Beach, Virginia at 757 Dance, because there I will be. We'll be checking you in, signing you in, and all that stuff or whatever for your dance class tonight. But, that's all cool because I'm helping my girl Jess out, and I love Jess, and I support Desire Dance and everything that Desire Dance is doing and everything that Desire Dance does for the ladies in the community and for our dance tribe. So make sure you all come out. Make sure you all, if y'all know any investors, if y'all know any cash buyers, if y'all know anybody in real estate, if y'all know anybody, ready to sell their house or anything, let me know. Let me know. I'm getting into this real estate stuff. So I'm about to get busy out here. I'm about to get busy in the city. So hit me up. Make sure you all listen to this for my ladies. Stream it on 11 live podcast platforms. Make sure you follow, subscribe, and like, listen. And this is your girl, Tisha the Diva, and I am